Hi, this is Prashant. So in today's session we're going to talk about InSpec. High level agenda is what is InSpec, and I'll cover demo as well. So let's have a look. So InSpec is one of the open source framework that help you writing your compliance and security requirement as code. There are a lot of builds, like a lot of softwares you're going to install on daily basis based on the customer requirement, and of course you need those softwares to be qualified based on the security and the compliance needs. So how can you better automate this all qualification process? And this is not just one time. You need some mechanism through which you can do continuous automations and validations using this code. So here is one of the option, like it's InSpec. So it gives you a lot of resources in order to write those tests. So here are some resources, like some examples, like describe package. So if you want to verify whether my server has this package installed or not, so you can verify using this resource. And one more thing I want to talk about, so here are some profiles. So you can write all your tests in one profile, and you can apply this profile in a set of servers. So here are some examples of creating a profiles, like how can you create a controls and apply those controls on set of servers, right? And what are the resources provided by InSpec? So like as I mentioned earlier, like package, we also discussed about the package example. This is one of the other example, like file resource, command, /sst_config. So there are a lot of resources provided inbuilt in this framework. You need not to write whole lot of code in this, like to make this work. Like you can use existing resource and it will work for you. So I'll quickly jump into the demo. So yeah, so what are the softwares I have used for this demo? So I'm using Chef Test Kitchen. It's part of Chef Development Kit, and using the Docker, just to Docker container, just for building one of the container and run this test against that container, and VirtualBox, and yeah, these are the high level softwares I have used, right? So yeah, let's go to the command prompt. Okay, so here I am in the my cookbook path. I have created one cookbook. Let's see whether my Docker machine is running or not. No, let's start this Docker machine. I'm using the Atom editor for writing my code. So the cookbook I created, let me just show you that. Yeah, this is the cookbook, name is audit D, and this is my kitchen YAML file where I'm specifying like where my instance to be created. Like the driver I'm using right now is Docker, so it's kind of specifying like where my machine needs to be triggered, like in Docker, or you can have different options like OpenStack or AWS EC2 or Vagrant. So there are a lot of drivers and options you can use here in kitchen YAML file. So based on the options you specify here, it will spin up your machine. In the verifier, I'm using the InSpec. That's what we're going to use for our validating or writing our code to verify the instance, like in terms of security or compliance. to start with, I'm just using the Ubuntu platform, and I'm running one of my cookbook here, and apart from that I'm executing all my tests, like all profiles or controls in that Docker container, right? So yeah, my Docker machine is, I think, ready. Cool. So oops, cool. So I have my Docker machine running here, uh, and I'm in the cookbook path. So let me see if I have, yeah. So I'm running the kitchen list command here to see like whether is there any instance created here or anything previously. So I don't see anything. So I'm going to create one of the instance, and then I'm going to run some test on that, right? So, and one more thing, we can just check whether do we have any containers running on here. So yeah, we don't have any containers right now running here, right? So let's quickly create one of the kitchen instance. Yeah, my kitchen instance is created. I can go here and have a look like what's my instance created. Yeah, it's saying the created, and at the same time I can give docker ps. Do I have any instance running? Yeah, its instance is running here, right? So now I want to see like what are the, I have some InSpec test written here. Let me show you this. You can find the InSpec test in the test folder. This is the default test here, right? And there are some profiles I have incorporated. So let's see in the kitchen YAML file. So here is the name like DevSec Linux baseline is the profile. So there are a lot of profiles and controls already written and available in the InSpec supermarket. So you can have a look all the available profiles and customize based on your requirement. So I'm using one of the profile available in supermarket, and you can write your own test as well. So let's see how can we run this InSpec test, right? Kitchen verify. So what it will do, like it will run the InSpec test against your Docker container and give you the output, like how many of them are successful, failures, those kind of things. See, so here you can see like out of like, so this is the overall profile summary, like how many controls you have run and how many of them are successful, how many of failures, right? And let's say everything is successful, then you will not see this exception, okay? And you see this output in a different color, like what are the failures, it's in a different color. There are some tests which already passed, it's in green. So isn't that cool? Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So far we have seen like how can we write InSpec test and how can we run those like using kitchen verify. That's all we have completed here, right? Uh, let's say you have written some controls or profiles, right? And you want to run only specific test out of this. How can you do that? So here are some updates in the kitchen profile, kitchen YAML file. Like let's see. So I just want to, and there could be one more requirement. Like let's say you have some tools to parse this log, right? A lot of companies having different tools to like for centralized logging or parsing those kind of outputs, right? And then you can have alerting mechanism on top of that, right? So you may need some outputs. Instead of having this output in this format, you may need in the JSON format, right? So what you can do is uh, here you can give format in JSON and your output where exactly you want to stores your output, right? So and I'm specifying out of this profile only run the package -08, don't run any other controls. Okay, so let's see what it does. Yep, so you can see here it has done the verification and then it has completed one of the tarballs in the current directory, like where it has put, or yeah, you can see here like the name like Linux baseline results new.json, and this output you can just view in the JSON formatter. I can show you like how it looks like, right? And yeah, cool. And you can use some softwares just to get it in a good JSON format. So I have used JSON format, so I can show you here. Yeah, so here is the out, like I just copy and pasted here and then got the JSON output in this format. So you can see like all the text in JSON format now, right? So if you want to get more details about this articles, this chef InSpec or something, you can find on my blogs. Let me just yeah, so I have written some articles on this. If you want to get your hands dirty and try that out, you are free to do that. Thank you so much for watching this screencast. See you later.